For ACUSports.com, I'm Grant Boone talking some men's basketball with head coach Joe Golden, getting ready to start his 5th season. Friday night, ACU welcomes University of the Southwest. Coach, let's start with that game. That is a team that's already off and running, and they like to go, don't they?
Yeah, they do. In fact, they scored, I think it was 66 points the other night against Bacone in the first half. So they're a team that likes to play fast. They shoot a bunch of threes. They get up and down the court. So it'll be a big challenge for us. That's one thing coming out of the Saturday scrimmage that I didn't think we did very well was transition defense. So that will be a huge key Friday night in the game, and we've got to do a lot better job.
Let's talk about that scrimmage. NCAA rules say you don't really promote scrimmage. You want to talk a lot about them, but afterwards we can look back, and without getting into point totals and things like that for individual players, give me the takeaway for you.
We were impressed. There's obviously, anytime you scrimmage, there's some good things, and then there's plenty of things that you need to work on this time of year.
And this was Texas State, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And we're very fortunate to Coach Casper. Anytime you can go against Coach Casper, coach team, you know they're going to be very well coached on the defensive end. They take care of the basketball on the offensive end. They take great shots. So it was a great scrimmage for us. It was really good for our newcomers, our freshmen and our junior college transfer, to see that type of caliber of play of Division I basketball. They haven't seen that yet, and you could tell as the game progressed, our guys continued to adjust and got better as it went on. But it was great to get tape. Tape's really important this time of year, and to get tape against a quality opponent in Texas State, I think will benefit us down the road.
And how about just the idea of being able to play someone besides yourselves?
Yeah, it was great. I think our guys were excited. We've been beating up on each other since the summer, and so just to get the opportunity to go against somebody else, I think our guys enjoyed that.
Coach, you bring in 6 freshmen. You have the junior college transfer in Jovan Sirnic, but you also have a team with experience. If you wanted to draw up a team, you really have a little bit of everything, don't you?
You know what, Grant? It's funny you say that, because it is that way. When you look at our roster and you're like, wow, it's so spread out and on different deals, but it actually fits really nicely. And we've got 6 guys coming back that played Division I basketball last year, 4 seniors. 2 of those seniors have played a ton of Division I basketball. And so they got a lot of games underneath their belt. More importantly, and I know we've talked a lot about this, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm just really excited and proud of the leadership those guys have shown since the spring. And those 4 have been on the same page. We've changed some things in our program, for instance, on how we lift. We're lifted, 4 times a week, even during the season. That's things we haven't done in the past, and they've completely sold out to that and are 100% involved. They're incredibly off the floor. Our team's done some community service around town. We've been involved in a lot of different things, and that's on them. Those are the guys, they wanted to do those types of things, and not just them, I should mention with them Tripp and Drake, as far as returners. But those guys have been incredible. And so you have those 6 guys that are exactly what we want in our basketball program. And then to add 7 new pieces to those guys. And those guys are watching those guys and following those guys every day. It's been fun to watch.
6 freshmen, but these aren't guys you're necessarily going to work in slowly. Some are going to play heavy minutes, aren't they? And let's start with the guy you called Jalen Franklin.
We're extremely excited about him. He's got all the tools you look for in a big guard at this level. He's extremely athletic. He can get to the rim and finish, which is something we haven't had here in a long time. In fact, probably since 1998, my senior year might have been the last time, Grant. But no, in all seriousness, when you have a guard that can go to the rim and can finish and get fouled, that changes the way you can do some things offensively. And then with that, he's got a great basketball IQ. He was very well coached in high school. He knows how to play the game. And so when you help off other people to try to help on him getting to the rim, he is really good at finding people. So he's very unselfish, sometimes maybe too unselfish. That's his personality. That's who he is as a person off the floor, and we're trying to get him to continue to be more aggressive on the floor.
Last year, it seemed like every player you had on the roster, no matter how hard they played, 6'1" and under. There were a couple of exceptions. Now you're bringing in 2 Haydens, Howell and Farquhar as freshmen. They're 6'7". Jaron Lewis, 6'5", 6'6", a kid from Orlando. Joe, you told me all through the season last year, and it's really interesting. You won a bunch of games early in the season. Wins became tougher to come by as the year went on, and you kept saying, we don't get anything easy. We don't get free throws. We don't get a lot of layups. This roster figures to be different, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll give you one stat. We took 22 shots the second half in our scrimmage against Texas State in the paint the other day. You know, that never happened.
That was a month.
Right.
Last year.
That hasn't happened. And that's not a knock on last year's team. We were just
were.
small, and that's who we were, and we thought our best chance to win. We just couldn't go in there and finish. And so when you're able to get the ball in the paint and you're able to get easy baskets and you're able to get fouled and you're able to get to the free throw line and you can work inside out, that's how you win basketball games. And so I think now, you know, they're young. They're going to continue to learn every day they practice. Every game will be a new experience for those guys. But to finally have some size where we can go in there and we think and score should be beneficial to us offensively.
Fifth season for Joe Golding begins on Friday night as ACU welcomes in the University of the Southwest. For Joe Golding, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.